student. Today we are going to talk about chapter 7. The name of chapter 7 is living and non-living things. We are going to watching here. There are many things which are found in our surrounding: tree, sun, water, buildings, and other animals, etc. These all are the part of our surrounding, which are some of them living things and some of them are non-living things. The term living things refer to things that are now or once were alive. Example for animals and plants, etc. Now we are going to talk about non-living things. Is anything that was never alive. Example for rocks, soil, a car, etc. Both living things and non-living things make our environment. First, go through the made of the cell. All living things are large or a small plant or animals are made of cell. Unicellular organism. Example for bacteria, amoeba, paramecium. Unicellular means in sense of one cell. Multicellular means in sense of more than one cell. Example for fungi, plants, man, humans, as well other animals. Second, characteristics. Needs food and water. Living things need food and water to stay healthy and alive. Just like that, you can see that in these creatures, they all need what? They are all need food as well water to survive. You can see that here growth. Growth is the increase in size and mass of the organism. You can see that in this picture, the baby dog turned into as an adult dog, the baby plant turned into as a adult plant. In this way, their growth will be increased time to time. Next, we are going to talk about movement. All living organisms move themselves without any external help. You just see that the horse move from place to place. The human move from place to place as well. The sunflower of the flower turns during the sunrise time in the east time. When the sun sets, their flower portion will turn into in the west portion. In this way, there where the movement does occur in different living organisms. For fifth number, response to stimuli means here is feeling. Stimuli means that is the feeling that occurs. All living organisms react to touch, heat as well cold, and sound as well light sensation. You can see that in this picture, palm. When your palm put nearby this fire, you can feel heat. When you touch me not plants, their leaves will start blinking, and that is telling that there will stimuli action does occurs. Next, we are going to talk about respiration. All living organisms undergo respiration to obtain energy from food eaten. You can see that here, the man who is taking oxygen, through their nose, and finally it will go in their lungs, and whatever they eat, that due to the respiration process, their food will be digested, and their energy will release through the respiration process, and they can survive. You can see that another picture also here is given breath in through skin. You can see that is the earthworm. There the surface portion is what? Very soft and smooth, which has to what? Oxygen take inside and breathe out carbon dioxide through the help of their skin. Next, here is also we are going to talk about the fish. There has the gills, which is used to what? As breathing organs. You can see that here are also octopus. There were also gills, which is used as a breathing organs. Now we are going to talk about excretion. The removal of waste materials from the body is known as excretion. Living things not only eat food but also excrete the waste material through their excretory organs. That is you can see that in this picture, removal of waste product, urine, sweat, exhalation are the waste product, as well as CO2 means carbon dioxide through this kidney, stomach and as well lungs. They will excrete their waste materials. Excretion in plants. Similarly, animals like that, plants also excretion does occur. Secretion like as gum, latex as a waste in plants. You can see that in these pictures. Light, CO2, leaf, steam, the whatever root and water is taken out during the photosynthesis process, and they have to excrete during the time oxygen as well, which will be utilized. Just like that, you can see that shedding old leaves as a waste, that is also the excretive or waste material of the plants. Reproduction, the process by which all living organism produces its offspring. Offspring means their young one's baby is called reproduction. You can see that a woman is keeping their baby, that is the word. That young one baby comes from, that is the reproduction process. You can see that similarly in the second picture as well, third pictures. The animals in this way reproduction in plants. You can see that in this most of the plants does grow with the help of their seeds. So I would like to go through the tell about through the seed, how the seed helps to the reproduction in plants. First, seed when you sowing in the field, then there where the baby plants comes from the seed, because the seed contains baby plants inside it, and while a few days left, the baby plants turn into as a young plants, and then after finally adult plant. You can see that the different plant of theirs parts are shown here, which is in an adult shape. And the other parts are also used as a reproduction purpose point of view, just like the tubular shape that of the potato. It means that is the stem, and here is the whatever through cutting there's another parts like as branch, which is also used as a reproduction point of purpose view. Next, 9, definite lifespan. All living beings have fixed to some time to their expand to survive. In this way, all the living organisms start their life and end their life in the specific time. Thus, all living organisms have a definite lifespan. Just like you can see that here is the tortoise. Tortoise has at least 300 years lifespan. When you are going to talk about the plant, 30 to 40 years lifespan. When we are going to talk about humans beings, 60 to 70 years lifespan. Next, we are going to talk of whatever we have to read before. We are going to talk one by one in a short. Characteristics of the living organism made of cells. Second, living things need air and water for food. They can grow, they can move on their own. They can grow, they can move on their own. They can respond to stimuli change around them because they have sensitive, they respire, breathe, they excrete, they reproduce. They have a definite lifespan. Next, we are going to talk about differences between living things and non-living things. Living things can move, but non-living things can't. Living energy is required by living things, while non-living things do not require energy. Living things are capable for growth, reproduction, and death. Living things respire, non-living things do not respire. Living things respond to stimuli as well. They are sensitive. In this way, some common feature in both living things as well non-living things. First, as well as non-living things are composed of matters. Both living things and non-living things are made of basic structural units, cell in living and molecules in the non-living things. In this way, we have question for you. Tell which is right, which is false. In this way, animals eat plant or other animals as their food. It is true. You should note it in your copy. Second, animals breathe only through their lungs. That is false. And green plants make their own foods. That is true. Human beings breathe to take in nitrogen. That is false. Plants reproduce only through their seeds. That is false. In this way, your video is complete related with this chapter. I hope that you will watch this video and like, share and subscribe it. Thank you for class.